Hey, I'm Becky Haney with Lake Martin Realty, and I'm here at our East Ridge home with Chad Stearns of Chad Stearns Builder. Chad, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you, Becky?
Doing good. I thought it was a great time to kind of have some questions and answers, thinking on this particular house.
Right.
So this house has been finished just for what, about 30 days?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
Correct.
good. We put it on the market a little earlier thinking somebody might want to come in and personalize a house. What are some ways that you typically see people want to personalize a house kind of at the end of the game?
Sometimes when they come in at the end of the game, it'll be maybe paint colors, morely or floor stains or ceiling stains or those kind of things that they can, or maybe even lighting fixtures that they can change.
Right, okay. One of the feedback comments that we've heard is how great this house sits on this lot, especially when you're looking in from the water. What are some things you think about when you're looking at a lot and trying to figure out where the best spot is to put a house?
Well, they call it the ridge for a reason.
That's
basically,
true.
We're out on the ridge. But this typical house, what we try to do is locate it as close as we can to the water so it's easy access for all kind of couples, being older or younger. If you're an older person, you don't want to have a tremendous amount of steps down to the water. If you got young kids, you're trying to get on a boat, try to do it the same thing. So that's why we position this house where we positioned it.
Great point. The house sits so beautifully close to the water, and the water depth is perfect. What would you think is the water depth out there at the dock?
I think off the dock it exceeds over 10 foot, if I'm not mistaken, at full pool.
Good. Great spot to float around.
Right, correct, correct.
One of the things we often hear as a buzzword today at Lake Martin and second homes is generational living.
Right.
What does that mean to you?
Well, generational living to me is basically where you can have all kind of functions here at the house. The neat function about this house is you pretty much have two masters on the main. So you got one on one side of the house and one on the other. And also in the kitchen, it allows us to have a 36-inch range and another oven with a convection oven in case you want to have Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, or any holiday would be here.
That's smart. And that goes along with the downstairs having an additional living space, is that right?
Correct. We have 3 bedrooms downstairs, a bunk space, and then an additional mini wet bar with a big den there.
That is good. So you can have several different groups, teenagers, kids, everybody hanging out at the lake house.
Correct.
That's good. Do you see more people spending full-time, maybe not living full-time at the lake, but full-time holidays at the lake?
Oh, definitely, especially in Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay, yep. Probably Final Four season, football season.
That's right. Football season, being this close to Auburn makes a big difference.
Yep, that's good. What would you say are some of the features that you hear people asking for in homes in general at the lake?
Well, they like easy access to the water. They like boat lifts. They like just places where they can have maybe yard to do cornhole, a big porch, where they can kind of sit and entertain.
Yeah. I noticed this home has a great upper porch and a lower porch as well, and they both are quite extensive.
Right, yeah, on the upper porch, it's all wood decking, and of course we got the bluestone down on the downstairs porch.
That's good. And of course spots for TVs and things to do that.
Correct,
yes.
correct.
The landscaping here is fabulous.
Yes, we had a great landscaper that tied a lot of the good areas using rocks and so forth and just creating nice spaces.
That's good. They used a lot of the natural flagstones and things like that.
Correct.
This year and 10 years from now, it's going to look fabulous.
Correct.
Good. So Chad, how long have you been building at Lake Martin?
Roughly around 15 years.
Okay. Do you build mostly in Russell Land's neighborhoods or all around the lake?
Mostly in Russell Land's.
Okay. Is there a special reason that you like Russell Land's?
Well, I like Russell Land's for several reasons. One reason is like on the view of them. No boathouses are here, so each customer does not obstruct the view of another homeowner that may be next to you, which is great. And I love working with ARC at Russell Land's because they protect the investment for each homeowner side by side, so keeping everything pretty much an even keel.
That's good. So you've got a lot of experience with the ARC, so if somebody came in and they wanted to change the exterior or do something, say change a paint color, you're pretty familiar with that process to make it easy for them.
Correct, that's correct.
That's good. What would you say long-term are the benefits to people from being in a Russell Land's neighborhood?
Well, I think their investment's always going to be protected.
Yes.
I really, really do. Russell has done a fantastic job in creating investment opportunities.
Absolutely. When you think about the folks that you've built custom house for, what stands out to you?
Well, with us, it's just not building a house and just turning over the process. We're creating friendships, and possibly even some of them are almost like family in the end. So that's what we love so much about that. We're creating friendships and family as well.
That's good. That's good. Thanks for taking us through this house. I know we've got a future owner that we haven't yet met that's going to love this house and enjoy spring and summer 2025 on Lake Martin.
Right.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.